Hi, my name is Mansi Sharma and I am a data science and business analytic intern at Sparks Foundation. So, as my task 2, I have to perform the prediction using unsupervised machine learning. So, in this, I have been given a iris dataset and I have to predict the optimum number of clusters and represent that thing visually. So, for that, I have used the Python 3 language and I have been implemented this on Anaconda Jupyter notebook. So this is the data set which we have been provided. So in this we have the six variables. So in the six variables we have the id, the sepal length in centimeter, sepal width in centimeter, and the petal length in centimeter, petal width in centimeter, and last is the species. So species, we have the three species in this. So in that we have the iris setosa, and the next one is iris versicolor, and the last one is iris virginica. So in that, what we have to do, we have to find the optimum number of clusters. So now we will move to our particular implementation part. So in the implementation, I have did the thing, I have first imported all the libraries. So the first library is numpy. So in numpy, what we do, numpy is used to analyze the data. Then I have used the pandas. So pandas is used to perform various multi-dimensional operation. Then we have used matplotlib pyplot as plt, which is used to perform graphical plot into the context. And the next thing that I have used is import seaborn as sns. So basically, why we have used seaborn, because it is a Python data visualization library which is used to provide high level interface for drawing various visualization. And at the end we have imported k-means from sklearn.cluster library. Then after that, what I have done, I have loaded the data set. So for loaded the data set, I have used pandas and I have given the particular location where my iris data set is, and we will get a print statement but when it will get loaded. So after that, I have checked, I have done the data exploration, in which I have checked by giving iris.head. So I have checked that whether the data set is same which I have imported or not, and whether all the variables are coming. So when we will give iris.head, so first five variables will come, first five rows will come here. So after that, we have given iris.shape. So iris.shape is used to get the shape of the data. So I have got the thing that there are 150 rows and 6 variables. After that, I want to get the info about the data, that whether there are any null values or whole data is non-null, or I want to get about what is the data type. So for that, I got the thing that all are non-null. Okay, all the variables have non-null values and the data types are these. After that, I want to see that how many unique species are there. So for that, I have given the particular iris species dot unique. So I got the thing that there are three unique species, that is iris setosa, iris versicolor, and iris virginica. Then the next thing I have done, I want to check that how many records are there in each species. So I got this thing that there are 50 records in versicolor, 50 records in virginica, and 50 records in setosa. Then the next thing I want to do is, I got this thing that for doing the data analysis, I don't require the id part. Okay, I don't want the id variable, and also I don't want the particular target variable which is our species for doing the analysis. So what I did, I dropped those things from the from my particular data set. And what I did, I have printed that thing that how many columns are there then. So basically we are giving x is equals to 1 because we want to drop the columns. So we see this thing that our id and the species is not here, and we have left with the four variables. Then the next thing we want to do is the data analysis. So in data analysis, we want to check the particular correlation first. So I have checked the correlation by making a heat map. So what I have done, I have given the thing sns.heat map, and then I have given that I want the color of the heat map as blue, and I want the Vmax as 1. So Vmax is used to anchor the color map, that what is the maximum value, and not that kws is used to give the size, and not is equals to true. It is used to give that each particular value is inside each of the cell. So the next thing we can see here, that The particular cells which are getting the darker colors are hierarchically correlated, like the sepal length and the sepal length centimeter, sepal length centimeter, like this one sepal length width centimeter, sepal width centimeter. And we can see the lighter ones are negatively correlated variables. Then the next thing we have done is we want to see, okay, we want to see that the particular that whether we can convert our values into arrays, okay, and so that we can convert these particular arrays into cluster and show them on the graphs. So what we have done, see here we have used a iloc function. So iloc function is used to get the features we require, and we have used the dot values because we are converting this thing into the particular array. So we have taken the particular four columns, and what we have done, we have stored it in x variable, so it is basically our array. So we can see that all the particular values of the variables, four variables which we are left with, are stored in an array. Then the next thing we have done is we want to now see the optimum number of cluster. What is the value of k? So for that we have used the elbow method. Okay. So for that what we have done, first we have created a list for saving the values within the cluster sum of squares, and then we have created this particular for loop from I in range 1 to 11. We have executed that, and in that we have given n cluster is starting from I, in it k means plus plus, and maximum iteration will be 300 and n in it will be 10. So what we have done, then we have given k means dot it is used to train our model and create a classifier. Then we have given ssc dot append k means dot inertia. So it is used to get the particular within cluster sum of square. Okay, this is the particular thing which will be used for getting the particular WCSS. Then we are plotting our result. So what we are getting the thing that the optimum number of clusters we will get where the elbow occurs. Okay, so see when we will see that the now the elbow is not decreasing, so we will take the value from there. So we get this that the value is not decreasing at 3, so it is our particular optimum number of cluster, that is k values 3. Then what we want to do, now we want to apply k-means to our data set, or we can say that we are creating a k-means classifier. So for that I have given this particular code, k-means equals to k-means and cluster is equals to 3, that we have got that clusters and cluster will be 3, and in it k-means plus plus maximum iteration will be 300, and it is equals to 10, and random state is equals to 0, because every time I want the same output, I don't want that the random outputs should come. So then I have given k means fit predict. It is for making the classifier, and we can see that an array is coming and all the values are of the particular species are getting stored here. So here 0 represents the iris setosa, and the particular one represent the versicolor, and 2 represents the virginica. So we are getting all of them in the particular array. Then what I want to see, I want to see the centroids of the clusters. Okay, now I want to get the centroids of the cluster. So we can see we have stored all the centroids in a array. Then the next thing that I have done, I want to visualize all the clusters, and I want to also want to see the particular centroid of those cluster. So for that, what I have given, I have given the particular plot size, and then I have used the scatter plot here. So I have given x y k means equals to 0 0, and y x y k means equals to 0 1, and then I have given the size, I have given the color, and I will give the label of it as iris setosa. Same I have done for iris versicolor and iris virginica. Then the next thing I want to do is I have created my clusters. Okay, my clusters are formed, but now I want to get the particular centroid of it, that what is the centroid. So for that what I have done, I have given the command that is on scatter plot, that is k means dot cluster centers. This is my array, and in that I have given k means dot cluster center 1, and then I have created the particular black color, and I am giving the label as centroid. So then after that I have given the particular title as K means clustering, and here we will get the petal length, here we will get the sepal length, and we are now getting the particular centroids and also the optimum number of clusters, which we get as 3. So it is the final visualization of my implementation. Thank you so much.